Hello, my greetings to all and welcome to this video Tradition versus Modernity. No, I am not going to hold a debate on this. Neither I will discuss this topic now. This is actually the theme of today's lesson. There are more than this as the thematic content of today's chapter. The lesson is Ranga's Marriage, a prose from Snapshot written by Masti Venkatesha Iyengar. Like always, the content of the discussion will be about the writer, theme, setting, the gist of the story, important extracts, textual discussion, analysis of the story, vocabulary, and a few questions. About the author first. The author he is Masti Venkatesha Iyengar. He was a well-known Kannada writer. He was born in 6th June 1891 and died on the same day in the year of 1986, aged 95 years old. His pen name was Srinivasa. The author was famous for his short stories. He was honored with a Gyanpith Award. You people know this is the highest literary award conferred in our country. Moving now to the thematic content of this story. At the outset, I have mentioned tradition versus modernity. Yes, this is one point. Moreover, I can say that the story deals with an Indian society which has started experiencing a transition from traditionality to modernity. A journey that marked a difference in thinking from old fashioned traditional view of marriage to modern view of marriage. The story depicts the life of an Indian village at British ruling period and the advent of an era which has started to get influenced by English. Though fully this fact is not applicable to this particular village. We get the village, the name of the village here is Hosahali in Mysore. But otherwise, we can notice a change already has started taking place in Indian societies due to the influence of English. Next, setting of the story. What is the backdrop? The story is set in a village named Hosahali in Mysore, Karnataka. The central character Ranga was sent to Bangalore, Dad in Bangalore, to pursue his studies, for higher studies, and now he's back from Bangalore to his village. There is a vivid depiction of the village named Hosahali. Moving next to the gist of the story. Well, this one will neither be a gist nor a summary. Better I can say that I am going to provide you with an extended gist if you agree to me. Obviously, after I that means give you and tell you the extended gist, you will be able to know that yes, this is not full summary, but this is not gist as well. You can say extended gist. Okay, let us start. Let me start. The story deals with the son of an accountant in Hosahali village named Ranga. Ranga is the central character of the story, and his perception of marriage and how the narrator, that means the author is the narrator over here. So, and his name is Shama also. His pet name is Shama. So the narrator has stage managed his marriage, Ranga's marriage, with the help of village astrologer Shastriji. In the entire story and in the entire course of depiction, the narrator involves and mentions about funny instances and references. Here we see Ranga is back home from Bangalore, where he has gone to pursue his higher studies. The village people have got very curious and excited to see and meet Ranga, and that means how they are usually. So they were also usually very curious and excited to see Ranga, meet him and check him whether he has changed or transformed himself, whether he has forgotten his own culture, whether still he follows religious rituals. One elderly lady comes to see him and is quite surprised and happy, seeing he still is wearing the sacred thread. Ranga is very polite and courteous boy. The narrator is Ranga's well-wisher. Narrator, the author here is Shama, is a well-wisher of Ranga. He admires him, finds him as an eligible bachelor, and wants him to get married. But on the contrary, Ranga has a very different views on marriage. The narrator has stage managed the entire episode of matrimonial alliance of Ranga and Ratna with the help of Shastriji. Now, who is Ratna? Ratna is Rama Rao's niece, one gentleman over there in that village named Rama Rao. Ratna was his niece, a pretty girl of 11. She can sing very well. She has a very sweet voice and can play veena and harmonium. She is a suitable match for Ranga as considered by the author. The narrator manipulates everything to get Ranga married to Ratna. Now, what he has done? First, he has gone to Rama Rao's house, has asked his wife to send Ratna when, that means she will be asked. She will be asked to send Ratna to his house, Shama's house, the narrator's house. So he requested Rama Rao's wife to send Ratna with some buttermilk to his house. And thus he arranged, has arranged the meeting in between them, in between Ranga and Ratna. It is noticed that Ranga has after they met, it is noticed that after they have met, Ranga has liked this girl. But the narrator tells him the girl is married to check the effect and impression upon his face. Eventually, Ranga gets to be very disappointed. Shama then goes to village astrologer Shastriji and requests him to say and predict in his favor. So when they have gone to visit Shastriji, on the other hand, upon seeing the narrator, Shastriji pretends to be surprised to see him. After exchanging some pleasantries, he goes to say that, predicts, in his prediction, he goes to say that Ranga thinks and feels for a girl whose name probably starts with something found in the ocean, ultimately dropping a hint for the name to be Ratna. But already as it has been told that Ratna is married. So on returning back, once again, that's all in pretension, Once again, on returning back, the narrator confirms the fact of her being married, Ratna's being married. He goes to Rama Rao's house, comes out a minute later and happily announces that Ratna is not married. Shama finds Ranga to be very happy and with full of hope after he has heard this. Finally, at the end, both of them they got married and now they are blessed with a baby boy. So that's all in the so-called extended gist of the lesson, and that's all for this video 2. Discussion of important extracts, analysis of the story, vocabulary, devices, literary devices and etc. will be covered in my next video. Till then, stay safe, stay secure, and bye.